Good morning and welcome to Woo Book Wednesday. It has been a long time since we've had an episode. I felt like I needed some time off. My guides were telling me to take a break from this, but now I'm back. So here we are today. You can see I got a sassy haircut. This is actually the second sassy haircut I've had since we did a Woo Book Wednesday. That's how long it's been. But anyway, we are back with another episode, and today we are doing a poetry book. This book is called Great Goddesses by Nikita Gill, and yes, you can see I got it from the library, as I do most books because I'm a librarian. But anyway, Great Goddesses. Life Lessons from Myths and Monsters by Nikita Gill. On the back, because I like to read the back excerpt to you, it says, "Wonder at Medusa's potent venom, Circe's fierce sorcery, and Athena rising up over Olympus as Nikita Gill majestically explores the untold stories of the life-bringers, warriors, creators, survivors, and destroyers that shook the world. The great Greek goddesses. Vividly reimagined and beautifully illustrated, Great Goddesses portrays an ancient world transformed by modern feminist magic." So, it is a book of poems, and it has drawings. I love the illustrations. But, you can see that it's poetry, it's not prose, but it's also free verse. So if you're like me and not a huge lover of poetry, because I don't get it a lot of times, I'll just say that. I don't get poetry all the time. I'm a very literal person, and so it's hard for me to understand the symbolism of poetry. Sometimes it goes over my head. So if you're like me and you struggle with poetry, you might like free verse. I kind of like free verse because it's not all rhymey, although sometimes rhymey is good, but it doesn't have the meter and all that stuff. The imagery is there, but it's not as, I won't say it's not as much as in traditional poetry, because it is there. But for some reason, I think because it's written more in a prose style, I get it more. I still struggle sometimes, but I do tend to read, if I'm reading poetry, reading free verse. So, a good example of free verse is the poetry within Great Goddesses. So if you want to read about Greek mythology, and namely the Greek goddesses and how they relate to feminism and female power, this is a great book for you. So check it out, whether you purchase it or whether you check it out from your library, whatever, I don't care. Borrow it from somebody. I'm a huge, get it from the library person. But, I buy books too, so I'm not even going to lie and say I don't, because I do. But, yeah, check out Great Goddesses. Life Lessons from Myths and Monsters by Nikita Gill. You won't be disappointed with what you read. Thank you, and I will see you again next week, same time, same place, for another episode of Woo Book Wednesday.